Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about Achraf Hakimi. We're going to be talking about Bissouma. We're going to be talking about Bindia. We're going to be talking about a bunch of people. Everything that has to do with Arsenal transfer news today. But first things first, I need you guys to do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, you guys already know what to do. Drive those likes up, because if you guys hit those like buttons, it helps me out a lot and it helps the channel grow. Now, first things first. Good evening to everybody, and let's get this show started. So I got people in the chat. You guys send in your chats. I like Hakimi. Our right center back problem has shifted right more. What? An attacking rate. Yeah, definitely what does help. I'll take him. He's a positive crosser. I agree. Everyone's saying what up. We're going to be also talking about Moussa Dembele. Yes, we're going to be talking about Moussa Dembele. So get ready for that also. If you guys are watching on Facebook, do me a favor, hit those like buttons on Facebook, hit those thumbs up, and on YouTube, same thing. And if you guys are on YouTube or Facebook, whatever you guys do, keep supporting the channel, because we're going to be bringing you all that transfer stories. First things first, we need to talk about Hector Bellerin. So if you guys don't know, there was a rumor yesterday that Hector Bellerin was going to Real Betis. And what happened is the rumor of him going to Real Betis has escalated. And you have the Real Betis the Real Betis director of football speaking out and saying these stories are false. That's how deep things got. So the Real Betis chief spoke out on the rumors and the interest that they have in Hector Bellerin, and this is what he had to say. Let's get this story up on the board for you guys. First story of the day. So the Real Betis chief of staff has spoken out about the Hector Bellerin situation, and what he has said is, let's look at it right now. So what he said is, the Real Betis general manager has denied that the club are opening talks with Arsenal for the defender Hector Bellerin. The fallback has been linked away from the North London side, and Real Betis has been one of the numerous speculatory landing spots. So it looks like they're distancing themselves from anything to do with this deal for Hector Bellerin. And this is interesting, because I thought, what's going on, Realist? I thought
I'm good.
Bellerin was actually going to be signing for Real Betis, but it looks like they're distancing themselves from Hector Bellerin, and they don't want nothing to do with Hector Bellerin as right now. They're denying any communication with the club. And is this something? Was this originally a push from the club, or was this a push from Arsenal's side of things, saying Hector Bellerin to Real Betis? Because it looks like there's no truth to the fact that Real Betis were actually interested in Hector Bellerin, and they deny anything to do with Hector Bellerin. That's pretty interesting. Now, what do you guys think about Hector Bellerin to Real Betis? At this point, it has to be fake. If this guy is coming out and saying the rumor he's not interested in Bellerin, is this negotiation tactics or is this fake news? Yo, Realist.
Yo.
I'm talking to you, man. Is this negotiation tactics or is this fake news?
No, I think it's one of them ones where Bellerin wants to go Real Betis are interested in him, but they don't have the money for him. I think it's one of them ones there.
So you just think it's the ones where they don't have money for the actual player. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Bellerin loves Real Betis. Betis loves him. He comes from there. Yeah, it's a sentimental thing. It's a nice thing to have, but obviously they don't have the money in it, so it is what it is.
People are saying it's tactics. They're just trying to get rid. We should offer him at a cut price at this point. I don't know if we want to offer him at a cut price, but I hear you. People on Facebook, I'm not seeing any comments from you guys coming in. You guys can submit your comments, and also I'll see it on this end. Next, so after the Hector Bellerin story, there's more stories, ladies and gentlemen. There's more stories. So the next story, one second. The next story after the Hector Bellerin story is that after the Hector Bellerin story is Granit Xhaka. We already know Granit Xhaka has been linked to Roma, but today, did you guys see what they did? They have the cheek to submit a 15 million pound bid. I mean, million euros, not even pounds. We want 25 million, but they're only trying to give us 15 million. That's ridiculous. I know you've seen it, Realist. We put it in the chat earlier. 15 million. What the hell do these guys think they are? What are they smoking over there in Italy? Like, these guys are actually nuts, trying to offer us 15 million for for Granit Xhaka. So this is the news report that I seen out of Italy, and this is what it says. So Granit Xhaka The report is Granit Xhaka is wanted by Roma, and Roma are only looking to pay about 15 million. And this was the tweet by Eduardo Higgins. If I can pull up the tweet one more time. Oh man, I'll sort it out. But yo, realist, what do you think?
Yeah. I don't know, but I think 15 million. Even though I don't like Xhaka as a player, I think 15 million is stupid. You shouldn't. You should be asking for 25 mil at least. That's what you should be asking for. But what I've heard today from a trusted journalist is that apparently it's a done deal, 20 million euros, so it's 15 million pounds, I believe. But if Arsenal have sold it for 15 million pounds, then Roma have got a steal. That's what I'm saying.
No, but this is reportedly, this is just the first offer. This is just the first offer. This is the first offer that they've submitted for Granit Xhaka, and it's reportedly for 15 million euros. That is what the first offer is. If you guys haven't already heard, Roma is heavily interested in Granit Xhaka. Mourinho has made Granit Xhaka his priority signing for the summer. And Granit Xhaka is interested in the move also to Roma. And 15 million euros is supposedly their opening bid. I don't think that's going to be enough to get him, but let's see. Azan, what are you saying? Hello, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. People are saying 15 million for 15 million euros. I think that's ridiculous. Josh, what's going on, Josh? My guy. Why is Dua Lipa on my screen? Hector Bellerin, that's what he's talking about. Granit Xhaka, we get at least 22 million for Granit Xhaka. Someone here said 20 million is fair. Azan, what do you think? If you could give me a numbered price for Granit Xhaka, what do you think? How much do you think we could get him for?
I valued him anywhere between 15 to 20 million pounds, taking into his contract remaining. He's got 2 years left. Due to the current market depreciation that's been going on, you have to factor in the likes of what's happened this past year with COVID. Like the guy's been with us for 5 years. His form hasn't been the best, in my opinion. So, if we can get anywhere from 15 to 20 million pounds, I would personally take it. But of course, if we can negotiate 20 mil plus, that would be even better.
Okay, we got Nasser here from Facebook. My guy Nasser from Facebook, come join us on YouTube because the full video will not be on Facebook, of course. He's saying, please advise the management team to keep Lacazette and Xhaka, build around them, Dons, make us great again. What? Make mistakes again? We need experienced players. Oh, basically he's saying don't sell all our experienced players, keep Granit Xhaka and Lacazette, but I don't think he means build around them. I think he means like make sure everybody around them is good. That's interesting. Sorry to cut you off, Azan, but of course I need to keep the conversation moving. There's a lot of topics that we need to get onto. How much exactly would you pay for a Granit Xhaka if you're a Roma?
Like if I'm looking at from a Roma perspective, the cheaper the better, obviously, because this is business. So. Okay. But I mean, as an Arsenal board, I wouldn't entertain anything less than 20.
Thank you. That's what I need to hear. Realist, same question. How much? What is the cheapest you would sell Granit Xhaka for?
Listen, I echo everything Aslan said. Obviously, if we can get 15 mil, then that's cool. But obviously, I would want the highest possible. So 20 mil plus would hit the mark for me, and yeah, I'd want 20 mil plus.
Same question for everyone in the chat. Do me a favor, let me know how much would you sell Granit Xhaka for? I personally would not sell him for any less than 25 million. I think 25 million is realistic, and that's 25 million euros. So we at least should be able to get 25 million euros, which is around 19 to 20 million pounds, right? Okay, so I think that's realistic, and I think we should be able to at least garner that fee. We shouldn't be getting any less than that. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is an interesting one. Have you guys heard anything about Saliba lately?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe it, man. I feel it's a load of BS. Was it just only like a week ago? Arteta in his presser was questioned about Saliba, and he said that he wants him back.
Yeah.
He
So
wants him to come back, and he wants to see him how he does in pre-season training, and that he's a part of his plans. So I don't believe anything into that paper talk, to be honest.
okay.
It's just
So first things first, Azan, I need to let everybody know this is Saliba in the team of the week for the last week of the La Liga of Ligue 1 season. He scored the winning goal against Lyon to win the game 3-2 and put Lyon down into the Europa League spots. Now the thing about Saliba is under contract with the club for a couple of years. We just recently got him. There's no way that we're selling him now. But the rumors that are coming out is not only are we not selling him, Arteta supposedly has big plans for him now, and is going to implement a tough strategy in getting him back into the fold, but not just throwing him into the deep end. They're going to ease him into that role, and he's going to be staying at the club. The club has ruled out any options of selling him. Anybody who comes, they've told them that Saliba is off the table. He will not be sold until he at least features for the first team, which is rightly so. And this, to me, is a great sign. The club are serious, and they're not selling Saliba. Any serious club would not sell Saliba until you've seen him play for you in your first team, because he's such a highly touted center-back option. And for a club that has not had good center-back options in a long time, this could be our center-back option for the next 10 years if we get it right with Saliba. Let's not sell him, keep him, and I'm happy that he's staying. Because when you got grade A sources telling you that Saliba is staying and the club are not interested in selling him, that means I can believe it now, because it's not the first time they've said it. Any rumors that come in now for Saliba for the rest of the summer, I will not believe it, because he will not be sold. What are you saying? Realist, are you happy with this news?
Yeah, obviously, I'm happy. I've heard from two trusted Arsenal journalists, and David Ornstein and Chris Wheatley, and they've both said that Saliba's staying. And that's all I want to hear now, and I'm happy.
That's amazing. Yo, we got 55 people in the chat. We don't even have 25 likes yet. Come on, guys. At least get us down to 30. That would really help me out a lot. Appreciate it. And big up to all the moderators in the chat. Now, we don't do business with Mourinho. At least 25 million euros for Xhaka, says my guy here. 15 million euros to 22 million. I'll consider it. Says about Xhaka. Xhaka is worth about 30 million, says my guy here. Chris Wheatley was one of the sources who said Saliba staying. Azan, I know you're happy Saliba staying, but of course, do you think he's going to get a fair chance in the first team next season?
I believe he should, because he's been getting a consistent run of games at Nice on loan. He's 2 years older from the day we first signed him officially, when he was an Arsenal player. So, I believe he should get a fair run in games. Let's see what he's about, because we've seen his performances. Well, I mean, I'm not claiming to be a League One stan or anything like that. I only watch clips or highlights here and there. But yeah, he definitely deserves a starting spot, because, David Luiz, he's been released. Possibly Holding or Chambers. I would prefer both of them to be sold, but there may be one of them being sold. So that kind of gives them a higher percentage. And yeah, at the end of the day, we need competition in that position. So for him to battle it out with potentially either Holding or Chambers, or if we decide to even bring back Mavropanos, they're both in their early 20s. And let it be healthy competition for them to fight for that spot and give Arteta a selection headache for sure.
How much do you think Granit Xhaka is worth? I would take 20 million for him. I hate the way Arteta has treated some of the players like Martinelli, Saliba, whom he loaned, making them a single first debut. That's crazy. Yeah, definitely is. 20 million. Sell all Wenger players. We need to start from square one. 60 people in the chat on all platforms. Big up to you guys. Do me a favor, share this to your friends, people, let them know to come join us on EGTV, where to get your best Arsenal transfer news. What else are we saying? He's still a Switzerland international. He's a shortage of players for the Switzerland is good for the national team. His transfer fee should be high, says my guy. I don't think Granit Xhaka is a 20 million pound player. Interesting. Next, so the next conversation after Saliba, I think Saliba is going to stay. I think Saliba is not going to go anywhere. He's going to be starting next season for us in the Premier League and in cup competitions. Next, the next conversation is Matty Ryan. So the thing about Matty Ryan is apparently Matty Ryan is eyeing a permanent move to Arsenal. It's still on the card, guys. Azan, realist, Matty Ryan to Arsenal is still an option for the club. The club are looking at him as a backup option, and he would be on a free transfer from Brighton. Would you guys take it?
To be honest, it depends on the price for me. I think if it's
He's
anywhere,
free.
is he free?
Yeah.
Then I'll definitely take him. Just make sure he's under 100k or something. Like, I don't want to have the same problem with like we do with Kolasinac, where he was on a free and then we just gave him 140k contract. So as long as we give him a good wage, I'm calm with it.
Okay. People in the chat, Matty Ryan as a backup option. Are you okay with it, or would you want the club to go for somebody who could actually challenge Leno a little bit more? Let me know, guys, in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. So Matty Ryan, just a couple of days ago, it seemed like the club have reversed their thoughts on not trying to sign him. But now it looks like we could still possibly sign him as a permanent deal. Azan, what do you think this is? Do you think this is the club not knowing which direction they want to go in? Or is this just common that it takes a couple of days for everyone to figure out what's happening?
I feel that the club have kind of shot themselves in the foot with how they dealt with the Martinez situation, and now the rumors going on circulating around Leno. I mean, there's been conflicting reports. Some say he's willing to leave, and then some are saying that no, he's fully focused on staying at Arsenal. But yeah, for me, Ryan, it makes sense, perfect sense, that he's available on a free, because we've kind of created a self-inflicted wound over this goalkeeping situation, and I feel that we have more important, more pressing issues within our squad and in certain key areas that need to be addressed first. So for short-term solution, this signing on a free does make sense. And I don't know if you or anybody else or realist noticed, like the guy was doing up his socials on Instagram.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Arsenal players were replying, and he was replying back, and like the messages that were exchanged, it kind of felt as if they
really liked him. If you guys want to see some of the messages,
they really liked him as a person.
David Luiz, Miguel Aziz, El Neni. You can see here Chambers, El Neni, Reece Nelson, Hector Bellerin, Kieran Tierney, Gabriel Martinelli. They all really liked him, and they all want to. I guess I think this is what people do when you're saying goodbye to somebody. I don't think this is something you do when you know somebody's coming back.
Well, there's goodbye, but there's certain replies that Ryan had made, he's wishing obviously everyone well, and from the current squad players, team members also wishing him well, but he was saying, maybe I'll see you soon and stuff like that. So that indicates to me that
to Almeni, enjoy your summer. Hope to see you soon, bro. Best of the best. What? Interesting.
I think there was one or two others. So I feel that he must have had discussions with Edu and Arteta, and yeah, he's another Arsenal fan within our club as well. So he's living his dream right now, and yeah, like I said, on a free, it makes total business sense. It plugs a hole within the squad, and I do feel as a goalkeeper, he is at a level where he can push Leno, or he can give healthy competition with Leno, and then that should give Arteta a selection issue going into next season. But we'll wait and see and find out.
All right, we're gonna move on from this topic. Of course, guys are saying they're not interested. All right, you guys don't care about the goalkeeping situation. It's fine. Of course, I just had to get it on the list because there's a lot of things that we need to talk about.
Sorry, can I just add though, Igo, just one final point. I'd rather get on this topic, just with that goalkeeping situation. Just quickly, I'd rather get rid of Runnison and promote Arthur Okonkwo into the men's squad, because that would also fit in, help our homegrown quota or our English quota going into next season. Having Runnison as a third choice, it just wastes a space, in my opinion. So sell Runnison, promote Arthur Okonkwo.
Okay. So first things first, if you guys don't know, Bissouma has been linked to Arsenal, and the next person we're gonna be talking about is Bissouma. But of course, Bissouma also wants to go to Liverpool, so it's a little bit of a headache with the whole Bissouma thing. This is an image of a video that surfaced on the internet of Bissouma, and as you can see right there, that is the kit. The yellow kit, it must be either Pepe's or something. It's an Arsenal kit, of course, and it was spotted in one of his videos while he was there on vacation. Right now, this right here is just another hint of one of those things that Bissouma has been putting out. I don't think that, and just think about it, how our midfield would look with Bissouma and Partey, how powerful defensively, how solid we would be with these two in our midfield. Now, I know Partey has not hit the ground running at Arsenal, but Bissouma is already Premier League proven, and we wouldn't have the same issues with that. Liverpool are also interested in getting Bissouma. Liverpool are also interested in signing Bissouma. Apparently, £35 million is what his price range is going for, between 35 to 40 million pounds. That's what it's going for right now. I would take Bissouma in a heartbeat. The question is to you guys: if Bissouma has a choice between Liverpool and Arsenal, he's probably going to pick Liverpool, right? But are Liverpool 100% serious in getting Bissouma? That's what I need to ask. If there's any Liverpool fans out there, let me know what you guys think, right? What you guys think. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I just want to show you guys this. I've done a poll where I had asked people, should Arsenal sign Bissouma? It came out 70% of you guys have said you guys want Arsenal to sign Bissouma. 70% have said you guys want Arsenal to sign Bissouma. So that just goes to show me there's only 101 people voted on this.
Nearly 80%.
Nearly 80%, 79% said you guys would take Bissouma. So guys, go check out my polls. Go check out my Twitter channel and my Twitter page, and you guys can see more of those polls. But Bissouma to Liverpool or Arsenal, we have been given a big boost, I heard, because Liverpool are interested in the player. But of course, it looks like he's not their priority. He would be their second or third option, where for us, he seems to be our priority. And that gives us a big boost. Fabrizio Romano recently tweeted about him. What did he recently say in his tweet? Let me just go check. He said, Bissouma, where is it? Where's Fabrizio's tweet? Okay, here's Fabrizio's tweet. Fabrizio tweeted about him yesterday, and he said Bissouma is apparently one of the main options for Arsenal this season. He's not the first for Arsenal. Oh, he's not the first priority for Arsenal, but it also looks different for the kind of player in the position. Many clubs are interested in Bissouma. Liverpool too, but the race is open. So he's basically saying it's an open race for Liverpool and Arsenal to get Bissouma. Nobody is really a front runner right now. I am 100% I am very interested in getting Bissouma as an Arsenal fan, and the club seems serious about signing Bissouma. If we can get this deal done, it could be the first deal over the line. It could be the first deal over the line. But as of right now, let's see what happens. And just so you guys can see, this is the tweet from Fabrizio Romano talking about the whole Bissouma situation. You guys want to see that tweet? That's the tweet right there. And yeah, so Bissouma, the question goes back to you guys. If you guys were to say 35 million pounds or 30 million pounds for Bissouma, would you take it? Would you run? I personally think that's a decent deal, and the player and the skills and the ability of the player and the profile of the player is a perfect fit in my opinion. He would fit in perfectly with what we're looking for and what we need. And yeah, I think it would be great. But yeah, let me just show you guys that video now that I was trying to show you guys earlier. Here is that video. So as you can see, Bissouma is just.
Is that, sorry to cut you, bro. Is that Bissouma in the fedora?
Yeah, that's Bissouma in the fedora.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, after that clip there, if we don't sign him, man, he would be doing the ultimate trolling of the summer transfer window.
He definitely wants to join. He definitely wants to join. And if you didn't see this,
taking home the hat-trick
have
ball,
you seen this?
A joke with a
they're literally partying after the game.
An Arsenal player next year. Graham Pollard can be proud of his players.
Yeah, Pepe doing football agent.
Yeah, agent Pepe.
Not much of a fight against Arsenal here.
It would be nice. It would be nice to see if it could happen that way, but it's never that easy for Arsenal. It's never that easy for Arsenal. Anyways, that's enough about Bissouma. I'm gonna ask you guys: would you take him? Hello?
Go on, anything.
35 million.
Nah. For me, I think he's a brilliant player, but it again depends on the price. I think if it's between 25 and 30 mil, I'll take him. But anything above that, nah.
35 million is not a good price.
It's a bit too much on his valuation.
Okay, they're saying between 30 to 35 million.
I think if we can and we should negotiate lower, then yeah, I'll take him.
It's between 30 to 40 million actually. I'm sorry. So 30 to 40 million for Bissouma. That's the rumored price in my opinion. And you know what? He is a great player. We cannot take him for granted as a footballer. This is all around the package of the player that we'd be getting. He's one of the best defensive. He's good defensively. He wins the ball high up the pitch. He can recycle the ball. He can be a register. Sitting next to Thomas Partey, he will allow Thomas Partey to release his skills and do more things going forward. I'm not saying Thomas Partey is going to score 10 goals or anything like that, but he can get forward and he can link up play a little bit better. Don't forget, Thomas Partey is an amazing dribbler. So with a man sitting next to him, we would have one of the best. We would have an energetic midfield. You could add, you know what you could do with a midfield with Thomas Partey and Bissouma? You could just add another goal scorer in there, like a Willock or Smith Rowe. And you can just have a midfield three of them every single game. You could do a 4-3-3 even if you wanted with a Bissouma and Partey.
Yeah, for sure. Right. I mean, like this 30 to 40 mil price range, I think is an acceptable figure. Like Realist said, obviously, the less we can negotiate from a business sense would be perfect. But with the rumors that are going around that we are potentially limited in terms of funds and we would have to sell players in order to buy players, I would be happy to add a player into that deal. So if we can add a player and cash, I think that would be even better. There's been talks about Eddie Nketiah being rumoured that Brighton need a new striker. So if we can throw in Eddie and put on top 15, maximum 20 mil, that would suit both parties. So and on Bissouma, his characteristics as a player, like look, this guy is a midfield enforcer, right? He's very combative. He's very athletic. He likes to break up play. He's good on the ball. He's got eye for a pass. And to have him and Partey in a double pivot, I reckon they would both take turns in terms of who, like when it comes to a certain phase of play, they can use their football intelligence and decide or communicate who kind of sits and who pushes on forward at certain times during the game. So
okay. Let me just stop you there, Azan. Bissouma, statistically, is a really good player. Just look at this stat right here.
Yeah.
One of the only players to get 100 tackles plus and 50 interceptions plus this Premier League season.
Yeah.
He has won over 227 duels. This guy is, I'm not trying to overgas him. Let's not do that. I'm going to end this part here. But if we were to get him, I would be absolutely happy. And I hear you guys. How much are you willing to spend? Some people saying Bissouma, in my opinion, is a 60 million pound player. Bissouma is overrated. 30 to 50 million, must get him. Partey is box to box. He's not a DM. I've said that. I've said that numerous times. Sure. Buying Bissouma and Buendia. Bissouma is the defensive midfielder. Partey is the box to box midfielder. Buendia is the creative midfielder, the central midfielder. That would be a good unit. Definitely a good unit. 35 million in my opinion. Okay, guys.
Can I highlight one last thing about Bissouma? Sorry,
1 second, Azan. I need you guys to do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. We currently have over 116 people in the chat, and total on all platforms over 175 people. I need you guys to smash those like buttons. We only at 40 likes. I need that at least to get to 80. Come on, guys. You guys can do it. And Azan, just before I go on to the next topic, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, Bissouma caught my eye last season when we played them away. You know, in the game where Leno got injured and Martinez came in. That game, I recall, that guy was literally like a pit bull terrier. He was everywhere in that midfield, and the amount of tackles that he made.
Yeah, he got man of the match that game.
Yeah, and from what I can remember, the guy didn't even get yellow carded in that game. You know, the amount of tackles that guy was making, you're thinking, all right, come on, ref, like. Show me yellow, show me. For some strange reason, he didn't get booked. But best believe, if we buy him, he comes to us and he plays like that, he would probably be the most carded player in our squad.
Facts.
Now, some people may say, "Oh, here we go, Arsenal fans talking
let's
about."
Let's just get it. Azan,
you know
we're gonna all day, mate.
But no, he will definitely be a top quality signing.
I have to stop you there, bro. We're going to be here all day. Let me just move on to the next topic. Sorry to mute you. Next, we got my guy, Thiago Thompson. Apparently, 18-year-old, it has a 60 million pound release clause. I'm sorry.
Thomas.
60 million euros. Are you crazy? I'm not spending 16 million euros on an 18-year-old who's barely done anything all season for Sporting Lisbon. Like, I get it. He's a quality player, and he's 18 years old. He has a lot of scope to grow. But if we're going to buy a player for 60 million euros, you're absolutely trolling us. The man hasn't done anything to warrant that price tag. He has 3 goals in the Portuguese league this season. That's it. All competitions has 5 goals. And you guys are talking about 60 million euro release clause. Get the hell out of here with that shit. This right here is definition of fake news, in my opinion. Yeah. According to records, Arsenal have inquired for the 18-year-old. Yes, we can inquire. But doesn't mean we're going to go anywhere near a 60 million euros release clause. Are you crazy? Never. Now, if you were saying 18-year-old and we're going to go for a 16, 15 million pound release clause, maybe. But a guy who hasn't even played a full season for Sporting Lisbon is going to come to Arsenal on a 60 million euro move. You're smoking the highest level of something. I'm never going to ever pay that kind of money for a player. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying nowhere near that money. And the release clause is a release clause for a reason, to protect the clubs when they get a good asset. There's no way he is worth anywhere near that. If it was Haaland or an Mbappe and he had 60 million, everyone's going to go crazy. But this kid, nobody knows who he is. Have you guys heard of him? I've heard of him before because we've linked him in January, but I don't think this is serious. But yeah, guys, talk to me about this guy.
I think this guy's just another Fabio Silva, to be honest. I think he's a talented kid from Portugal, but he's just one of them guys. If we buy him, he's probably just going to play for the under 23s.
How many subscribers am I at? I'm almost at 5,000. I'm literally like 4,600 right now.
Come on, people, like up the video, subscribe to Igal's channel. This is top quality Arsenal content, but also football content in general.
There you
Stop
go.
freeloading, appreciate the content, like it up, subscribe it up. Come on, people, support.
So, yo, honestly, there's not much to be said about this kid. We can just move on. Portuguese guy, young.
Yeah, like you said, bro, it's fake news, man. I think, if anything, this is his agent putting whispers out there into articles or his media connections in order to maybe get a better deal for him. And, you know, those simple stats where you said his goals and assists contributions, they've been very low, which is quite surprising. I mean, he obviously doesn't sound like a first team starter. Yes, he's probably still raw and does have potential, but yeah, that 60 million release clause is overly inflated, and we shouldn't be looking at this type of player in this market. So,
all right, next I'm gonna go to the next guy, and you know what? This one here, everyone's gonna say I'm crazy. It's never gonna happen. Why is he even in the thumbnail? Why are you even talking about him? Why would he ever join Arsenal? This, that. But Arsenal could make a 40 million pound move for the Inter Milan starring right back Achraf Hakimi. Now, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying we're going to buy him. I'm not saying this deal is going to happen. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying there is a possibility that if the player is moving this summer, because Inter Milan have their own financial situation, that Arsenal could take advantage of the situation. And he has been linked to Arsenal today by numerous reports. Numerous reports have linked him to Arsenal. This is not me doing this. This is not media spin. This is not fake news. This is literal, real reports. So Achraf Hakimi has been linked to a move to the Emirates over recent months. This has recently cooled down after the events where they've won the Scudetto. But of course, Antonio Conte leaving could affect Hakimi's future at Inter Milan. After coming from Real Madrid to Inter Milan, for the what was it, cheap price of 45 million or 55 million that they bought him for. Now that his head coach has left, he might be interested in moving on and seeing a new opportunity. His team have recently spoken and said that he's happy at Inter Milan and he does not want to go anywhere at this moment. But of course, he could be willing to make a move if circumstances change, and circumstances have changed. There's been big changes in his circumstances due to the fact that he now no longer has the head coach that he wanted there. Arsenal could move fast and would have to move very fast to get him done. This star is also another player who would be playing in the African Cup of Nations. It would be a big problem if we were to if we tried to get him. It would be a big issue because we would have a lot of players going to African Cup of Nations. But this is one of the best best right wing backs or right backs in world football, in my opinion. And he would be suited so well as an inverted right back in the way that we're currently playing with the right back situation. I am not saying we are favorites to sign him. I am not saying he would 100% join us, but I'm saying there's currently a link between the club and Achraf Hakimi. It's not the first time we've heard about it. It's not the second time we've heard about it. But of course, us not being in the Champions League makes it a lot harder for us to attract him to our club. It makes it a lot harder for us to attract any top players to the club. And Achraf Hakimi is not only one of the best right backs in the world, he is one of the best current attacking right backs. After Trent and Cancelo, I think he's up there with them. He would be third, in my opinion. But yo, let me ask you guys, what is your opinions? People in the comment section, let me know. Hakimi in Don Conte with Conte. Yo, what are you guys saying about this rumor right here, Hakimi?
I want him. Desperately want him. We need a right back. It's a possibility that Hakimi could come to us, but obviously the papers know we need a right back. They've linked Hakimi to us, and I just don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen? Okay. What about yourself, Hazan?
Yeah, for me, I agree with Realist. Like this guy is my dream right back signing. Due to the circumstances that's been happening with Inter, with their money issues, with their club ownership, he would definitely be a welcomed addition. You know, this has fallen into our favors. Like, if their internal issues weren't happening and Conte was still at the club, there wouldn't be any chance of us attracting him or potentially buying him. But at this stage of where they are, Inter, where they want to reduce their outgoings, this is a perfect opportunity for us to move for him. I think his agent has come out that he's an Arsenal fan, and that Hakimi is also an Arsenal fan. So that, for me, it just makes sense purely on football reasons. This guy would have such a wicked relationship on that right-hand side with Pepe. This guy loves to attack, overlap. He can whip in high crosses, low crosses. He loves attacking the byline and cutting the ball back in. So in the attacking style sense, this guy has all the qualities, all the attributes that we need as a right back. He should be our number one target. But if we can't get him, I would be happy to look at more closer to home in Aaron's or Lamptey. So
there you go. So guys, I know it sounds ridiculous that we would be able to get such a high quality right back, such a wonderful player, one of the best players in world football, in my opinion, in his position. Why would he ever join us? It's not about why he would ever join us. Don't forget the levels and standards that we have at this club. Don't forget the club that we are. Don't forget the institution that we are. Don't forget who we are as a brand. We can still attract players. Why would somebody join Arsenal? We're Arsenal. They're still going to want to join Arsenal at the end of the day. People are not just going to forget about who we are as a club. But one thing we have to remember is, just because the owners have lowered our standards, as fans, we should not lower our standards. We should still keep our standards high. We should still believe that we can get these kind of deals done. We should still hope that these kind of things could happen, because at the end of the day, this is a player who's one of the best players. Yes, there's issues. If we don't, Hakimi is not best suited in four in the back, but Hakimi is still an amazing player. And if we can get
how old did you say he is, Igal? 21, 22?
22.
Well, there you go. So even if he does come to us, and people saying attacking wise he's much better and defensively he's a lot weaker, well then that would be down to the manager and his coaching staff in order to develop him in his attack, in his defensive, on his defensive side. So 20, like if this guy was 32 and people were saying he's great going forward and he's not that great at defending, then okay, I would say, well, then pass. But he's 22. The guy's nowhere near his prime, and he's already appreciated for the position that he plays in. So it only makes sense, like you said with William Saliba, if the guy hits the ground running, he's our potential for the next 10 years. He's our centre back. It's the same with this guy. If he comes at the age he's at, he's going to be potentially our right back for the next minimum 5 years, maybe 10 years. So,
okay.
yeah.
And let me just stop everybody there.
Let's never lower our ambitions.
Azan, let me stop you there. Next, before we move on, unfortunately, we got CK in the house. CK, what are you saying?
Yo, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just before you go, Hakimi does look like he's close to a move to PSG also. So PSG are also sniffing around him for 60 million. So it could possibly go. He could also go to PSG. And if he does go to PSG, I wouldn't blame him. But at the end of the day, I would want him at my club.
I don't think he's going PSG.
Okay. Yeah. So, what's your take on him? Before I go on,
Hakimi,
yeah.
I think he's world class. He can play left back, he can play right back, right wing back, left wing back. He got 15 goals and assists this season, 15 goals and assists last season from right back. He's improved defensively because of Conte. He's everything we need. He's a replication of Tierney on the right hand side, which we need.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we have spoken to Leon's representatives in regards to a certain player, and this player that we're spoken to is not the player that you guys think I'm talking about. It's not Houssam Aouar. We have spoken to Leon's representatives in regards to a striker, Moussa Dembele. Yes, we've spoken to Leon in regards to Moussa Dembele, and supposed deal is worth 30 million euros for Moussa Dembele. Now, my question to you guys is: have you guys watched any of Moussa Dembele? Have you seen him play before? And would you be interested in Moussa Dembele as a possible Lacazette replacement? Because that's what he would be signed as. He'd be signed as a Lacazette replacement, and this is reported to from sources over there in, is it France or is it in Italy, or it could be in Spain. 1 second, let me get the exact source. Okay, so Arsenal have been given, Football London reports, Arsenal have been given a boost in the possible signing of Moussa Dembele to Arsenal. Now, I'm going to throw it over to you guys. If we were to get rid of Lacazette and get a possible striker replacement, would Moussa Dembele be the one for you guys? I'm going to throw it over to you first, CK. CK, what are you saying?
Moussa Dembele wouldn't be the one for me. I think he's a decent striker option. I wouldn't sign him myself. You can even see with Leon, he's not necessarily the main man. Depay does much better than him. So for me, I wouldn't sign him, but he's an okay option. But we shouldn't. I don't think we should sign him, to be honest.
Yeah, guys, we have over 135 of you, 39 of you guys. Do me a favor, guys. At least get it to 75 likes. That would be very helpful. If we can get the goal of 100 likes by the end of the video, that would be great also. But Moussa Dembele, he was at Atletico Madrid currently. He's still a Lyon player. They're trying to get rid of him for about 30 million euros. Azan, would you take him? And do you think he's a good enough replacement for Lacazette?
I agree with everything what CK just said. He's an okay player. Okay player for me doesn't cut it at Arsenal because we have too many of okay players within our squad at the moment. And just going on, like I'm not claiming to be a league and connoisseur or a La Liga expert. Him being on loan to Atletico. I don't think he's even scored 5 goals for Atletico on his loan spell. So he hasn't lit it up. He's underachieved. Come on, and like our highest goal scorer this season has been Lacazette. And as a fan base, we don't expect that because of the price tag that we pay for him. Moussa Dembele, as much as like he's still young, he hasn't reached his prime yet. I believe he's in his early 20s. But just going on form alone from this season just gone, he's not the first choice. No.
Okay. Before I go to realist, do you guys want to know how many goals he scored this season? Zero.
What at Atletico Madrid?
0 goals. He played 7 games all season, scored 0 goals.
Did he not go to Atletico halfway into the season, or was it from the start?
From the start of the season, no. Wait. He went halfway. I'm sorry. At Atletico Madrid, he scored 0 goals. Guess how many goals he scored at Lyon this season? In 16 games, he scored 1 goal.
Well, there you go. So that return is very poor.
In all competitions this season, he has 1 goal as a striker. And we're going to spend 30 million on this guy. I'd rather play Balogun. I'm sorry. Also, does he not have health issues as well? Because wasn't it only like recently there was images of him collapsing in training or something like that? something like that. Yeah, he
Maybe
did.
someone else has better knowledge on that case.
He collapsed. He collapsed because of dehydration or something like that. But it's okay, man. Those things happen. But 1 goal contribution all season. I'm sorry, nobody's touching that. In my opinion,
yeah,
nobody's touching that. What are you saying, Realist?
Yeah, personally, I don't want him. I'm gonna echo everything that Aslan said. He's an okay player, an okay player doesn't cut at Arsenal. So yeah, and that return is very poor. 1 goal in about 30 games.
Fabrizio Romano just tweeted. Big up to the guy in the chat who told us about Fabrizio Romano just tweeting about Achraf Hakimi. Where is that comment? Right here. He just told me Fabrizio Romano just tweeted about PSG's interest in Achraf Hakimi. Not yet. They have not yet spoken to them about it, but Inter wants 60 million euros to sell Hakimi. It looks like that would probably be going. He'll probably go to PSG, and Real Madrid do have first refusal. Real Madrid have first refusal, but there's no way Real Madrid are going to end up buying him. But yeah, it looks like Hakimi is probably out of our reach now, guys.
What, 50 million?
60 million euros.
Yeah, that's 50 mil pounds. I think we could pay that, honestly.
But I don't think we're gonna get him if he has a choice between PSG or us.
I don't think he'd go to France yet because
does I don't know, does CK or Realist or anybody in the chat, do they know much about who's PSG's main star at right back or their backup right
Florenzi.
Yeah,
Florenzi.
And is he a regular starter? Like
Hakimi is definitely better than him. Definitely.
Yeah. Plus, their right back was on loan. He came on loan from Roma, so they basically don't have a right back.
But don't they have that young youth called is it Dagba? Colin Dagba?
But Hakimi's better than him, way better than him as well. I don't see Hakimi going to France because throughout his career, he's always talked about going to England and his love for England, and he's already been the best right back in Germany, the best right back in Italy. I don't think he still hasn't got the recognition he deserves. I don't see why he'd go to France because he won't get his recognition there. Most players know now the only way to get a recognition is to do your best in England. So
because when Inter bought him as well, they didn't pay out the full figure, did they? It was a structured payment deal, right? Like 10 million euros a year or something.
Yeah, he's not the only striker we've been linked to. We've been linked to the Denmark striker, Serbian striker, Dusan Vlahovic or something.
Vlahovic, he's very good.
So we've been linked to this guy.
Fiorentina.
Let me get his picture up for you guys. For people who don't know who he is, I'm just gonna put so this is Fabrizio Romano's tweet. He tweeted about him, and this is what the guy looks like. This is who he is. Fabrizio Romano tweeted about him, saying a couple of weeks ago that we were interested in the man. Where is the tweet from Fabrizio Romano?
He's 21.
Where is the tweet? You know when you have a tweet and you can't find it. Oh man, okay, it disappeared. But anyways, so he's one of the people we've been linked to today. He's a striker. They're saying Arsenal have reportedly looked into him. He's one of the targets for Arsenal. Will we sign him? I don't think so, but he's just one of those targets that we've been interested in. He's 21 years old. He scored 21 goals in the Serie A this season
in 37 games.
Yeah, he's a madman.
He's a better option than.
Sorry to cut you, CK. Polar opposite to Moussa Dembele in terms of goal contributions.
Yeah, he's a way better option than Moussa Dembele. More complete. He's a better passer, way better link-up player, better movement. And he's still young. He's 21. He's left-footed, and he's like 6'3", 6'2". So if you want to target man profile,
what type of target is he? Is he more of a target man, or
he can be, but he's more.
He's more so tall. Like, what's his qualities in his game? Is he good in the air, or?
He's very good on the ball. He's got good movement. He can be the target man, definitely. He'll score you goals, he'll get you headers. His link-up play is much better than Aubameyang. So if we are going 4-3-3, he'd definitely be a good striker to be the focal point.
So imagine if we bought Hakimi, Hakimi whipping in balls from the right-hand side, Tierney whipping in balls from the left-hand side. So you're saying this guy can get his nut on the ball?
Yes, you definitely.
Definitely What kind of reference is that? I haven't heard that before in football.
Well, you know, in England we call a head a nut as well, don't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
What a nutter.
Well, no, like like getting your nut, like
You're
your
not
nut.
on the ball, yeah.
It's a family show. Let's leave it.
No, I'm not saying.
I know. I'm
offense,
trolling.
mate, you know.
I'm trolling. Listen, guys, do me a favor. We're currently at 75 likes. I like this comment from this gentleman here, Kiddo, saying DePaul would be a good replacement for alternative, a cheaper alternative to Jack Grealish. What do you guys think about that? DePaul over there in Italy.
Yeah, I've seen him quite a bit. He's a good player. I think he single-handedly took Udinese out from relegation. Because if he wasn't there, their club would have been relegated. So he is a good player, but it's another one that depends on the money for me. If we can get
How much does Rodrigo DePaul cost?
I have no clue, but he's like 27 now. So
27, yeah, 35 mil, like that.
Is Liverpool in the mix of being interested with him as well?
Okay, so these are the teams that are interested in him. It is, let me get it up on the board. So you have Atletico Madrid, Leeds, Liverpool are all interested in signing him this summer.
What type of player is he? Is he more of a CM or a attacking mid?
Okay, let me give you the perfect example,
10 or 8.
Comparison to what he is. He is a goal-scoring midfielder who's industrial, that can do all the work that you need him to do.
So, say if we brought in Bissouma in a double pivot with Partey, would he be the midfielder ahead of them?
Yeah, he'd be the Ramsey.
Yeah.
I don't think
I wouldn't say he's a creator. I would say he's more of a goal scorer. Do you want me to give you his numbers for this season?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, his numbers for this season are: he has 9 goals, 9 assists in the Serie A, and in the Copa del Rey he didn't really play. So he's a high goals, high assists from the midfield. Plays very healthy, plays a lot of games most of the time. He's 27 years old, turning 30, and he's in the international team also for Argentina. He's a big feature for Argentina.
Bro, how is he 27 turning 30? How is he jumping 3 years?
27 turning 28. He's
28.
28.
What, is he going to be 28 like before the start of next season?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
And what sort of price range is he?
No. I'm sorry. He's 27. He just literally his birthday was 4 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So he just turned 27.
But what is the rumored price tag on his head?
His price tag currently is 1 second. Let me find it for you.
I don't think he'd cut it in the Prem. He's a good player, but I don't think physically he'd ever get used to it.
Yo,
what's his attributes like? Like, is he?
Okay.
Is he a
He's priced around 55 million to 35 to 55 million.
No.
Yeah, that's too much.
Other one in.
Nah, 50 mil is a waste.
Nah.
No, Liverpool offered 30 million. That got rejected.
Yeah, Leeds did it last year as well.
I mean, goals and assists is double figures, but to be priced at 50 mil, I would expect for someone at his age to get into the double figures of goal scoring and double figures in terms of assists. So
this guy right here, the guy who said Daka, you hit the nail on the head. Daka is my kind of guy. That's the guy I want, Patson Daka. Patson Daka, if I could get Patson Daka tomorrow, that's the striker I would sign for Arsenal. I would sign Patson Daka tomorrow. He is physical. He's a mountain amongst boys. Like Patson Daka, as from RB Leipzig, striker, he would be amazing. And you guys know what numbers he's putting up? Patson Daka's putting up numbers in the Austrian League. He's putting up numbers in the Champions League. He's doing up numbers everywhere he is. He played 28 games this season. He's got 27 goals, 4 assists in the Champions League. Even this season he got 2 goals in the Europa League. He didn't get any goals. Austrian Cup he got 5 goals in all competitions this season. You know how many goals that is? That right there is 34 goals in all competitions this season.
Wow. Was he the one who replaced when Haaland left, right?
Yep. He was there when Haaland was there. When Haaland was there, he still scored 24 goals.
Okay. And what, is he an out-and-out striker, or is he like a right forward or left forward?
He is a striker. He is a physical man who can get on headers. He can build up play. He's mobile. He can get around. I would compare him to, I know this sounds crazy, Didier Drogba.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That's what I would.
What potentially?
I would
Like
say
he can reach.
he could do. If he went to Chelsea tomorrow, he would push them to win the league. If he went to Man City tomorrow, he would replace Aguero's goals. If he went to any club, on any of these top clubs, he would be amazing. But they're not shopping at the Austrian league. They're shopping at the top of the top. Arsenal, we need to look for these budget players. We need to look for these cheap options. And my guy, he said he's a black Giroud. No, Giroud doesn't have pace.
He's not.
Giroud doesn't have pace. My guy has pace. My guy can beat you one-on-one. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then would it be safe to say
you have a player
he's a black Giroud but with pace then?
You know when you have
let's be honest, Giroud didn't have pace.
You know when you have a defender faced up in front of you, literally in front of you, and you have the ball, and you're like, you need to get by them in front of the box. He's one of those guys who's just gonna do this. He's just gonna go bah, and he's gone. Literally.
Okay, so he takes on his man. He's direct with the ball.
Yeah. On top of that, he is one of those guys who sets up goals from headers. You know how the guy in Unai Emery's team sets up goals from his headers on all set pieces? He's one of those guys. He sets up goals from using his head. Every time he's in the box, you can see he might not be the most physical and he doesn't get headed goals, but what he does do is he comes into play and he builds up using his frame and his body. He'll get in front of men, get up for a header, play somebody into the play. He defensively, his attributes from the center back position, he's involved in the defense from the front. He will defend from the front as a striker. He will start.
Right, so let me ask you this, Igal. Say you're Arteta, you're the manager of Arsenal. Edu comes and says to you, right, we've got two options: Patson Daka or the striker at Fiorentina. Which one are you picking?
Him.
Okay.
Vlahovic.
What? You're taking Vlahovic over Patson Daka?
Mm.
Why?
What about you, realist?
To be honest,
Sorry.
Why?
Yeah.
DK, why are you taking him over?
Why am I taking him over Daka?
Yeah.
I think he's more physical, better movement in the box probably, and in the air he'd be more of a threat. And he's more suited. He's actually more suited physically, I think.
Are they similar in height or?
Yeah, they're both tall, 6'2", 6'3", both of them.
I agree with you what you said there, CK, because let's not forget, the Serie A is a better quality league compared to the Austrian league.
Mm.
Okay.
And the numbers that Fiorentina striker has got is very good numbers. So we need to take that into account as well.
Anyways, people, big up to everybody watching. We've had over 3,000 people come into the video throughout this video. We've had a bunch of people on Facebook also. Not even hit our target yet of 100 likes, but you guys can definitely do that by the end of the video, I bet you. 15 more likes and we're there. I'm going to head out from here. But before we go, I'm just going to give you guys a quick recap. Oh, my God. We didn't even talk about the one story that I wanted to talk about.
What was the story?
Jack Grealish is done. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
You guys hear what happened?
What happened?
Well, what happened?
I'm just going to put it on the screen, and when you see it, you'll understand. When I put it on the screen, you'll understand why Jack Grealish is done.
What, he's been linked to City or something?
Yeah, how do you know? He's going to Manchester City.
Was it
Jack
confirmed?
Jack Grealish has been linked to Manchester City for a record English record fee. Manchester City are rumored interested in Jack Grealish as a possible option next season in their transfer hopes. They are not only looking at Jack Grealish for a 100 million plus move, they are still also interested in Harry Kane. So the rumor says Manchester City are prepared to sign Jack Grealish for about £100 million plus.
So what are you saying? It's either or him or Kane that,
Or both.
or potentially both.
No, what
Massive.
I'm saying is Arsenal's dream of my dream of Arsenal signing Jack Grealish is dead in the water.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Igal. Obviously, if they spend that money, that's going to be their transfer record broken. And if they do buy him, he's obviously coming in to start. If he does come in to start, who is he replacing at City?
Sterling.
So what do you feel they will sell Sterling?
No, they don't have to sell Sterling. It's gonna help their English quota having one of the best English players, and they don't. And they're one of those teams that English quota has been a problem for them. So the rumor has it, Man City are preparing £100 million bid for Jack Grealish.
Yeah, Grealish to them makes sense because Pep loves midfielders. It's the best team in the league. So Grealish to City does make sense.
Yeah. Now, I know Jack Grealish was never going to come to Arsenal, as you guys are saying. Jack Grealish was never going to choose Arsenal, but my hopes was City weren't going to come in for him. Liverpool weren't going to come in for him. Manchester United were going to come in for him. Chelsea weren't going to come in for him. And we could just somehow squeak in and get him and leave. But that didn't end up happening. He's going to end up going to Manchester City if Manchester City do put the money up. Anything over 90 million, Aston Villa is taking it.
Who broke the news? Can I ask?
Yeah.
Who broke the news?
Like, who's the source? Like,
where's 1 second? I seen it on the Guardian.
Oh, no, I don't believe that's true. It's the Guardian.
Who's the original source of the news? That's
or has any of the Twitter reporters tweeted anything? Any noise from them? Or
I don't know, man. All I know is Jack Grealish, the original source of the news. Jack Grealish. I think it's the Guardian, man. I think it's the Guardian. That's the original source of the news. You could say what you want to say about if you don't trust them or not, but that's the original source of the news. It's the Guardian.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense because Sergio Aguero now leaving City. That's a lot of money off their books in terms of what they were paying him for his wages. So whatever they're saving from Aguero, they can offer to Jack Grealish. So
yeah.
I don't think Grealish would be done for Arsenal.
And they have the financial muscle. So, sorry, CK, what did you say?
Grealish wouldn't be done for Arsenal just because City are in for him, just because of game time. Game time will probably be everything for Grealish because he's seen how hard it is to get into the England team, and the World Cup is next year. So,
if he goes to City and sits on the bench, you think he's not going to make the World Cup?
He was one of the best players in the league.
Listen, let me tell you something. He comes to Arsenal and starts, he will have less numbers statistically than if he was on City's B team. Because Riyad Mahrez has numbers, and he's on.
He starts. Riyad starts.
Riyad starts in the Champions League. He doesn't start in the Premier League every game.
No one in their team starts every game.
That's the point. Anyways,
he'd get more goals and assists in Arsenal, definitely.
The final point today, Fabrizio Romano reported that Arsenal are not interested in signing Philippe Coutinho, and this is great news because we have learned our lessons, guys. We finally have learned our lessons. We have learned lessons from the past, and we are no longer signing rejects. Someone tried to say to me on Twitter today, he would be our best player. I don't care if he's our best player. This is a backward step, in my opinion. And why are we signing players who are trying to be basically mercenaries at this point in their career?
Yeah,
I don't want Philippe. Yeah,
I mean, for me, like these type of links, when key players from the likes of Barcelona, when they're surplus to requirements, we should not be going in for players who are surplus to requirements at their current clubs. We need to be going in for players who are the top players for their clubs at this moment in time. So with us being linked to the likes of Bissouma, Buendia, Hakimi, these guys are main starters and key players in their first teams. These are the the types of quality in players that we need to be in the discussions of and potentially be attracted to and to buy. Not the likes of Coutinho, who's been loaned here, there, and everywhere in the last few years. And he's what, touching 30, or is he 30 now?
Listen,
You know,
like I said, best window would be sell Bellerin, Guendouzi, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Eddie Nketiah, and buy Bissouma, Buendia, and Hakimi. I'll tell you this: if we buy just Buendia, Bissouma, and Hakimi only, it's still not enough. We need at least minimum 5 players. We can't just buy 3 players and be happy.
What 5 players would you be happy with?
What 5 players? We still need. Okay, we need 2 midfielders, right? Attacker, DM, and I would say we need a third also. And I would say if we got Sander Bergs with a Bissouma and Buendia, and then added a Max Aarons and a goalkeeper, I would go get goalkeeper. I would go get a goalkeeper, and I'll get a backup left back. So 6 players, and I'm happy.
You'd be happy with them 6 players?
I didn't name all the 6 players, but I would be happy with 6 players this summer.
No, I wouldn't be.
What about you, CK? How many do you think?
I think minimum 5, but like a backup left back, 2 centimeters, a right back, and maybe a DM.
But let's not. Sorry to cut you, CK. Let's not count squad players. Where we're plugging in holes for left back
for starter.
And yeah, like starting players, like players that you want to sign that are going to walk into the first team for next season. Yeah. How many positions?
3.
That's a shout, Leeds goalkeeper.
In fact, for me, 4, but 3 because to get a keeper, you'd have to sell Leno. So
£1 and a packet of crisps. What?
I'd get Hakimi or Soumare done, but I'd get ideally Hakimi, Soumare, and Aouar or Grealish. But Aouar is way cheaper, so Aouar and a keeper.
What about you, Realist?
I wouldn't take Aouar because he's been poor this season, and it shows that the amount of appearances he's had. So I would stay away from Aouar. We need a experienced centre back. I've already touched on the fact that we have 2 young centre backs, and playing 2 young centre backs in the Premier League is you're just praying for mistakes. So experienced centre back, right back, backup left back, central midfielder, and a cam.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna have to go make dinner, and I'm doing my season review tonight. Azan, Realist, CK, if you guys want to pop by for that, I'm gonna start that video at. Am I doing it at 10? What time am I doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it at 10 o'clock. If you're around, are you gonna be around?
I'll probably be there. Yeah.
All right, so 10 o'clock tonight, guys. People on Facebook, the video is done for you guys on Facebook. Come join us on YouTube, and then people on YouTube, I'm gonna be putting in the link right now to the actual next video. If you can do me a favor, go smash a like on that and set a reminder for yourselves to come join us at 10 o'clock after I make some food for myself and chill for a bit. And yeah, these are all the transfers. We went really in depth today. I didn't think we were gonna go so in depth, but we went really in depth today on all the stories. Thank you, CK, for joining me. Thank you, Azan. Thank you for Realist for joining. Thank you for all 4,000 of you guys joining today or popping in. We've had over 4,000 people popping in and out. I don't think that's the amount of views we've had, but this is just how much people we've had popping in and out. 2 more likes and we're at 100 likes, guys. Let's get to that 100 like mark. Yes, we did it. And yes, big up to everybody watching. I'm out of here at EGTV. You already know what it is. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We got my guy here, Ball Over Passion. Go check out their YouTube channel also. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you guys right now. Where is it? Ball Over Passion. You send that link to me right now?
Is that on YouTube as well, yeah?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah. You send me the link to your channel in the private chat. And yeah, big up to everybody watching. Big up to Kiddo for all your suggestions. Yes, it will be live and we will do call-ins for the season review, but we'll be doing it at the end because the season review is gonna go probably for 2 hours or at least 2 hours long. It's an answer to X's question. What was X's question? X's question is How much money do you guys think the Cronkies will give us? My guy said £1 and a packet of crisps. Oh man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. But yeah, big ups to everybody watching. If you guys haven't already gone, subscribe to the channel and go check out Ball Over Passion. If you can send me that message, have you sent it to me?
Did you get it?
Where'd you send it?
In the private chat.
No, you didn't send it to me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check on your. I'm gonna check it on your in the group. Because you sent it in the group. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Yeah, we got it. Here we go. All right, people. So guys, go check out my guy CK's channel. CK George Saliba, aka Saliba Season. They got their channel. I just spammed the chat right there with it. Go check it out. If you guys could even give them 50 subscribers out of this, it would be great. And yeah, how many subscribers you guys at? 80. Get them over 100 subscribers today. Get them over 100 subscribers today, guys. All they need is 14 more subscribers. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Have a good one. You already know what it is. Azan, Realist, CK. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at 10 o'clock. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know.